in my butthole, and I will take it. Are we recording?
Yeah, we are recording right
okay,
now.
yeah. No, so yeah, like an old to a can of lube with an attractive old lady on it. Just slather it on my butthole.
Not the way to introduce a family-friendly show.
Oh, is that what? Okay, forget what I said. Welcome to Four
What do you
Story
mean
Walk-Up.
forget what you said?
Yeah, I'm telling the listener to forget. Like I'm doing.
You can't just... they
It's
can't...
like a Jedi mind trick. Like I did not say I would take it in the ass. And
This is true.
yeah,
It's
no,
the Jedi mind trick, yeah.
yeah. I got to trick everybody into thinking that I didn't just say what I said.
Why don't you introduce the show? Maybe we'll start here at this point, and I'll cut out all of that nonsense.
This is Four Story Walk Up. Hey Arif, how's it going?
Hello, Brian.
Yeah, now that we've introduced, what's up? What's happening, man?
No, we are watching. So every week we have to put on something on the television so that Brian is satiated, a sort of like a screensaver for him.
Yeah, like and I did ask for sewer surfer footage, but you said no. You need to grow up.
Silver Surfer footage?
A sewer surfer.
What's that?
It's like a mobile game that they'll put on like underneath videos for TikTok videos, so like idiots will pay attention.
Yeah.
You said no. We're gonna put on something intelligent. You're gonna learn something today, and you put on Temptation Island.
That's right.
And we're watching a bunch of hot idiots who cheat on each other.
Is that what happens? Oh, Temptation Island. Oh, the other couples are the temptation. Is that what happens?
I think so. That's what I gathered from the couple seconds where we didn't have it muted.
Right.
Which this is a much better show muted. Well, okay. No, there's some other broads coming out here.
Oh, God. Those are the temptations.
Oh, damn.
The sirens.
Every one of them is gonna fucking just plow their way through that conga line.
Right. Plow their way. Oh, every one of the guys you think is going to...
Oh, maybe one of the girls.
Oh, all the guys... First of all of the men in Temptation Island, they all look kind of gay. Not in the pejorative sense, but in the actual sense.
Well, in that they're like clean and like overly groomed.
A little bit, but maybe this is what a straight man... Oh, God.
Oh, okay, yeah. Hello.
This is a part where a
Hello,
whole bunch of
baby.
women have taken off their clothes to look there, and they're in their bathing suits.
Hello,
and they've all got
princess.
big butts. I think this is too distracting. I think we should just watch World War II footage. This is crazy. We can't be watching
This is
this.
kind of like a World War II.
This is our Normandy.
Yeah, like those couples with relationship problems with France.
Yeah.
And here come the brown shirts in like full red gear, tits out. They're like blowing kisses at them. Like what the like did they just like hire prostitutes? Is that what this is?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Like,
they seem like models, or
they're like, hey, we want to fuck you.
this is the models to tempt the men who are in the couples.
And like all these ladies are like smoke shows, like the ones that are in the relationships, except for her. Like that guy's gonna cheat immediately. The guy with the girl that looks like, hello. Yeah, this is distracting.
This is a little bit distracting. We can't just watch hot people do this. This is this is a problem.
I think I need to use the bathroom.
Why, to masturbate?
No.
Don't lie. You've always said that, yeah, and I fooled me once.
Well, they waited 20 minutes to bring out that caliber of ass. We're 20 minutes in, and then they're bringing out the temptation.
That's the temptation?
The ladies with the butts?
I suppose they are the... This is not, I mean...
What do you think they're gonna like bring out like a really good looking, really gooey cheesecake? That's my temptation island.
Cheesecake.
Yeah, they're like
a cheesecake island. So if you were sitting over there and then they brought out a whole bunch of... This is really embarrassing because it looks like this is in the continue watching. So these are the things. Now you know what I've been...
So you watched most of Dave Attell's special, Bollywed. Oh yeah, Crown Jewel's my fault. Was she any good, Rosebud Baker?
It's very funny. Gossip Girl. My daughter was watching this.
World War II on the front lines.
Here we go.
That's the real Temptation Island.
We had a show last night. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, that was a great time.
Yeah, a lot of some of this city's best comedians
Yeah, no,
all gathered together for a pay what you can show for about 20 people. 15 maybe.
Yeah, 15, 20. I think it started off 20 and then some people left during the intermission.
Yeah.
They didn't stick around to hear my impression of a Chinese pedophile.
Yeah, that was interesting.
I don't know where my head was with that.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I heard you say it and I got real excited.
I didn't actually say Chinese pedophile at all. It was a thing that you just sort of invented.
Well, you
whole
said
cloth.
like a Chinese one.
No.
When you were doing your joke about the buying local.
Oh, right. Sorry, you are right. You're right. You are right. I'm wrong. You're right. I'm wrong. Sorry. My bad.
But yeah, no. Although I told another friend of mine in another like text chat about it that I did it, and he's like, "Did you do the eyes?"
Why would I do the eyes?
Because
As if saying, would you like some candy?
I mean, like there was an episode of this very show back when we had video.
Wait, would he have a rickshaw, like one of those old
The rickshaw.
a rickshaw, like one of those old timey pull cart rickshaws where he would,
Yeah.
instead of a black van, he would have a black
So-
rickshaw.
Black rickshaw full of candy.
Yeah,
Like a puppy.
yeah.
Do you like candy?
I mean, I understood the thrust of what the imagery that you were evoking. I understood this.
What because like I kind of bombed. I kind of ate shit that set, but that was the joke I got the biggest pop on.
Yeah.
And I think everybody felt really guilty that they decided to not laugh at anything else I said.
Well, that could be it. I mean, I think I also ate some. I think I took a hot one as well. But
you did better than I did.
I don't know how you gauge that, but
I mean, I had a good time anyways, and
Yeah.
I'm like working on stuff, so like that's like I don't care that I ate shit. It's useful that I ate shit,
yeah,
but I definitely ate shit.
yeah,
Like I could hear scattered chuckles in the crowd. The comedians were laughing.
yeah.
Like
Oh yeah, we were having a good time.
oh yeah, I always know I can. I called Jason autistic, which I should apologize. to
That's
him
always fun. I mean, that we have to go. I mean, every time we do we do a gathering of one of these comics shows, eventually someone always gets called. Let's just say on the spectrum.
And to be fair, in my defense, it was because he said woo and I said I love wrestling.
Yeah.
So it's like,
And I had also done the thing about wrestling and
yeah, it's
And
like,
being-
you see like a fellow countryman and then you just like wave the flag.
this is a thing that I've been ruminating over when I saw all of this Irish pride for St. Patrick's Day, and I was thinking about it. There is no part of me that ever feels proud of being Indian. There's never just thinking about me coming tearing out of my mother's vagina in a hot village in the middle of India, her hot hairy clam my little head
Did your mother
tearing
listen
out
to
of
the
his
show?
I don't think so. I pray not.
Her hot hairy glam.
Well, what your mother's vagina was fucking shaved, was
Yeah,
it?
she
Yours
got a
was she
I
got a
don't wanna
Brazilian.
talk about my mother's vagina.
Yeah, that's what.
Have you seen my mother?
Yeah.
She's a nice little gnomish 4
Yeah,
foot
no,
tall
she
and-
got a fucking landing strip when you were
Yeah,
born.
it was in the shape of a heart.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It
sure.
was my dad's initials.
I'm sure her box was fully trimmed when
Just
you came.
FG.
when you came rolling out of it.
Actually, I was a C-section baby.
Yeah, of course you were.
Yeah, because fucking fat. Like,
Yeah, you eating inside there.
yeah, I had a
Nom nom
candy
nom nom
sandwich.
nom nom.
Hot hairy clam.
But just that I'm supposed to feel pride, and she had to take probably a horse cart back to her house.
Was it
You
like
know,
a
I'm
grass hut or
supposed-
something?
It wasn't a grass hut. This wasn't a grass hut. It was a small little village, And then my dad having to leave India because they were doing mandatory vasectomies for people who were poor. And my mother and my
What?
grandmother didn't. Oh, you don't know about this, do you?
No, I'd never heard about that. That's insane, dude.
During the emergency, they were trying to do. There was a period where Indira Gandhi wanted to do. She wanted to, as part of one of the 5-year plans, it was trying to bring the population under control.
It's mandatory vasectomies.
So what they would do, what the idea was that they would. It was called a Nasbandi campaign, which was. The idea was they Nasbandi in Hindi it means Nasbandi, tying your tubes, which is not what exactly a vasectomy is, but
it's more like burning the tubes.
Something like that, yeah. And so what the idea was that they would go around to in the late 70s. I think it was 78 or 79. I think it was a year. Anyway, it lasted for a year. Where they would voluntarily, this van would give people of lower income vasectomy so they wouldn't have children. So they would.
Did you say a van? Like there's a van, like playing ice cream music or going through the.
Something like they would play ice cream music. You retard.
Right.
Well, then yes,
you're gonna get like a fudgesicle.
Dun 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 dun. Oh my God!
Oh,
it is here.
It's the ice cream man.
That's
Oh no, my testicles!
That's right.
I was tricked.
Yeah, and so the idea was, I don't know how true this is, but this is what I've read and what I've been told, is that they were supposed to just give people they were supposed to volunteer for these vasectomies. And there's some sort of corruption or something like that happened, and it got turned into a racket where the people who were working were given a certain amount of money if they conducted a certain amount of vasectomies.
Oh, so this is like the prison industrial complex, but for cutting nuts in India.
Or something like that, yeah. I don't know. Like this is the veracity of this is. I don't know how true this is. It seems so crazy. But it seems very Indian at the same time, you know. So what the idea was that they would just go, these vans would go around looking for
They did it in the
people.
van?
Yeah, that's what they would do it in.
So this van is set up like an OR to perform a day surgery.
I mean, they wouldn't even, there was no, this is what you would expect of a vasectomy conducted in a van.
I don't know what I would expect from a vasectomy conducted in a van, to be fair.
I mean, there was no one's using any, no one's using any gloves or anything like that. Like, it's no like, or someone's using some, I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know what's happening, but I think
the venue's already not clean.
This is a problem, right?
But
Nothing good is
lean
happening
way
in the
into
back
it.
of a van. And so the idea.
Apparently worse things than I thought.
That's right. Yeah, not just rape. Also. So the idea was that they would just grab young poor men and be like, you're getting a vasectomy if you live in this certain area. And so
yeah, no wonder your parents got the fuck out.
My dad was terrified, and then he's like, he saw an ad for just this construction company in the middle of this desert that was just taking whoever, and he's like, all right, peace, I gotta go. And grandmother's like, you gotta go, because we can't, you're gonna get your nut cut off. These people are crazy. And so he leaves. So this is what I think of being like proud of, when people say like, are you proud of being Indian? Like, are you proud of your, when people think about like being proud of, I'm so proudly Irish. I was like,
yeah,
they're
not cutting your nuts off, are they, in Ireland?
Yeah.
Like that's like a Jewish person in the 40s being proud of being German.
German, that's right.
Yeah, I compared vasectomy vans to the Holocaust.
It's not compare. I see what you're saying, though. It's not an unfair comparison. I see what you're saying.
About either. Like, I've never heard this before. This is one of the most insane things I've ever heard in my entire life.
It was a big part of a novel called. There's a vivid description of it in a novel. Was it in? Yeah, a Rohinton mystery. Bridget
Jones's Diary.
No. Yes, Bridget Jones's Diary. Yeah. It was in it was a small part in Bridget Jones' Diary. No, yeah, Rowan the Mystery. I think it's called A Suitable Boy is the name of the book. There's a big part of it in the novel. Anyway, so when it's like
crazy.
I'm proudly like having pride in your ethnicity is a very strange. I don't know. I mean, that's what I think of when being proud of being Indian. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you think about forced vasectomies in the back of a van if you're poor.
Just a hot birth, childbirth in a field.
Not
And just
not
like-
Sharakakhan, but like forced
Sharakakhan, you idiot. Sharakakhan. Shahrukh.
I tried.
You tried. I mean, it wasn't the attempt. The effort was made. Yeah. For St. Patrick's Day, my daughter's school. It's insane that what they did to the daughter. They cut.
They had Conor McGregor show up.
Oh fucking for the troubles in Ireland. Oh, I'm coming
We've
here.
got too many immigrants.
Fucking what an embarrassment that he is the spokesperson for Irish people. What a supreme embarrassment for everybody who's Irish.
I mean,
That
it seems like a
Conor-
natural conclusion in a way.
His
Like the way the world is going.
How is it possible that man spends that much money on such ugly looking suits? How is it possible that he is getting fleeced? This fucking airhead retard is getting completely fleeced, by the way, by the tailor who's charging him whatever, $200,000 a suit it's just stealing his money because he looks foolish.
Yeah.
Nobody looks at him.
He's never had a good suit.
He looks stupid as hell. Nobody wears a tight suit like that. That looks just idiotic. And walking like that. Oh my god.
That fucking
What
hurts,
an
man.
embarrassment.
Like I understood when he did it when he's coming out to the octagon, but like he does that just anywhere. Like that's just how he walks. Did you see that Roadhouse remake?
I did, yeah. He was the villain in it, yeah.
Yeah, he did
He did
a
it
whole lot of
and that,
walking
yeah.
like that too. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and they have like my daughter's school. They cut classes short for St. Patrick's Day. I was like, there's an illiteracy problem in St. John. You're cutting classes short for this retarded ass holiday.
Well, it gives them time to pregame before they go down to O'Leary's.
Yeah, these are children. What is the only legacy of St. Patrick's Day is, some lady from Kingston at 2:00 in the morning puking green beer into an alley after eating a fucking street side hot dog.
You're gonna bring a tear to my eye.
And then yelling at her boyfriend who's in the middle of a fight. Fuck him up, Jared! Fuck him up! And they gotta drive home back to the peninsula.
Jared's
and there.
sitting there like nose to nose with some other guy. What's up, bro?
Yeah.
What's up, bro?
Yeah, let me get back in my Ford F-150. Still got the fuck Trudeau sticker on it. They drive back.
He's got Trudeau crossed out and he's got Carney written in
He's
front
all
of
written,
America.
yeah, and he spelled it wrong. He spelled it CARKARNEY. NIY. And then they go back. They have to go back to the peninsula and they have just an unplanned pregnancy.
They just like have like angry
And she's like
sex in the back of the
45.
truck bed. Yeah, she's got like almost all of her teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I think of when I think of St. Patrick's Day, right? And then we have children. They have them. She told me that there was a substitute teacher, an Indian substitute teacher, who came in on St. Patrick's Day,
He's like,
completely,
"Excuse me, I'm Irish."
fully decked out in the garb, like
He doesn't
full
wanna get pinched,
Irish,
dude.
huh?
He doesn't want to get pinched.
Yeah, but he went the other way, in the other direction. And I'm just thinking about this guy. Imagine him going into the dollar store, buying $50 of some of the worst garish Irish horse shit, and having to check it out, standing in the line with his little shopping cart, and then having to check it out at the cash, and he's looking at another Indian guy, and the other Indian guy at the cash is just looking at him. He's like, "Why are you buying?" Just imagine
with like a Buffy the Vampire Slayer shirt at the cash.
Just imagining that this is what the trajectory of every immigrant is, that they gradually turn, every Indian
I need
immigrant,
this for my work.
they turn Irish. That is the life. Oddly, the Irish flag and the Indian flag are very similar. The Irish flag is the Indian flag turned around.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Orange, white, and green.
When I think of St. Patrick's Day, I think of the Francis Ford Coppola movie Finnegan's Wake. You ever see that?
No. Coppola made a Finnegan's Wake movie? That's interesting.
Well, not Finnegan's Wake. It's Finian something, but like...
You fucking moron. That's James... Finnegan's Wake is James Joyce, the novel James Joyce.
It's definitely not that.
Right.
But one thing...
I was like, how the hell did he make Finnegan's Wake? It's an impossible move. It's an impossible book to read. What do you...
I'm gonna have to look up the actual title, but like why it makes me think of that is I caught that St. Patrick's Day. I want to say 2 years ago when we were eating beef and cabbage or whatever they eat at Rachel's parents' place. We were eating like a traditional Irish meal.
Sure.
Corned beef and cabbage.
Sure.
And this movie was on, and it was about like a group of Irish people that almost seems tangential to it though, but. There was it was a slave owner who got turned into a black guy to teach him a lesson. So that's what I think of when I think of St. Patrick's Day.
And you said this is Francis Ford Coppola that directed this.
Yeah.
Director of The Godfather.
Oh.
All right.
It's the weirdest thing. Here,
all right, I believe you.
I'll find the title.
No, that's fine. That's all right.
I don't want to redeem myself.
No, it's fine. No, you haven't redeemed yourself. It's fine. I believe you.
No, I know you believe me.
Don't look it up. It's only the two of us on this podcast. You can't just be on your phone. This is idiotic. You can't just look it up.
Yeah, I've already found Francis Ford Coppola.
This is an idiotic thing.
Right,
you can't
fine,
do it. Put your phone away, you fucking addict. But anyway, that's what I think of.
I actually forgot it was St. Patrick's Day on St. Patrick's Day.
March 17th.
Yeah, no, I know that, but I forgot when it was happening because I was just, working.
Do you remember our St. Patrick's Day when you and I were out? It was on the weekend, and you were sitting on a fire hydrant. We were outside. We'd finished a gig.
Yeah.
And then right next to us rolled up that big truck that had "The South Will Rise Again."
Yeah, he had like the biggest Confederate flag I've ever seen in the back of the truck.
Yeah.
We were just coming out of Big Tide.
Yes.
Did he yell something at you?
No, his girlfriend. Hey buddy, she was yelling at me. You thought that she was yelling at you, and then she pointed at me. No, the guy pointed at me over his girlfriend's shoulder and then looked at me, and he goes and he makes the I'm going to eat your pussy thing. He starts going
Oh, yeah, cool guy.
Yeah. So he hates me so much. He hated my race so much.
That he's going to eat his girlfriend's pussy.
In protest. Or eat my pussy. What a great way to be a racist.
Yeah,
that'll really show me if he conducts a session of oral sex.
That's more Irish than like rampant racism.
Yeah, that was also a strange time to see the South Will Rise Again Confederate flag on St. Patrick's Day.
Anytime we're this north of the Mason-Dixon line, to see the fucking stars and bars is odd.
Well, I used to do a joke. I was like, which South? Maybe he was talking about St. Stephen.
Yeah,
maybe there was like drink specials at the Doolies in St. Stephen.
Oh, that I mean, if we were to have a civil war and there was a South, St. Stephen would definitely be a part of it.
Yeah. Are there many immigrants in St. Stephen?
Mostly Romanians, although there's starting to be more. I mean,
and you don't like it one bit.
I mean, they hated the Romanians, dude.
They hated the Romanians? Yeah, how could they tell?
Well, Ganongs would hire people from Romania to take up jobs at the candy factory, and the locals fucking hated it. Dude.
What did they do?
They took her jobs.
No, but how can they tell? But so they're not... So the Romanians, so they're Hawaiian.
I guess, like, I didn't run into any myself. Like, they mostly just went to work and then, like, kept to themselves. But, like, you would hear it from, like, my ex-wife's father worked at the candy factory, and he would talk about it.
Like what? What were you saying?
He'd talk about all the people complaining about the Romanians. Like, he wasn't complaining himself.
Right. What would they complain about?
They're coming in, they're fucking up, they don't know how to do their job, they're taking jobs, like.
So which was it? Is the fact that they took the jobs or that they were just fucking it up?
Both.
Both.
Yeah, they thought they were incompetent, and they thought they were taking jobs that other people in the town could have.
Okay.
And, like, these are Romanians. Like,
And
they're mostly white guys.
And it's just dudes?
Yeah, just dudes. Well, I don't know. There might have been some broads. I don't know.
Were they young?
I don't know. Like I said, I didn't run into them.
You didn't run into any Romanians. You wouldn't have liked them one bit, have you? Would you?
I
If
would
you
have given them a piece of my mind.
What would you say to these Romanian?
Hey, go back to Romania.
Go back to Transylvania. Why don't you go hang out with Dracula?
You bunch of fucking blood-sucking garlic haters.
They're like, what is you? What is you?
Why don't you look at a cross? About? You fucking no mirror looking, no reflection having.
I don't
steak.
understand what you are saying.
Why don't you get your wife to shake a tambourine and belly dance and.
You will be mine.
You bunch of.
Being bigoted against Nosferatu. Like, imagine the count, like having to deal with an actual.
Why don't
bigot.
you wear a boxy hat and sprinkle incense around, you bunch of fucking Orthodox?
I think the hat is good. Actually, you are stupid.
See, I don't know enough about Romania to make fun of them.
Yeah, you know enough about Dracula, though.
Oh, yeah, I know everything there is. Ask me anything about Dracula.
Yeah, imagine what those are all the stereotypes that you know about Romanian people.
Yeah, just a bunch of Draculas.
Yeah, like everything that you know about Dracula are actually stereotypes about
Draculas
Romanians.
Are taking their jobs. Can't even work in the day.
They can't even work in the day. What do you mean? I can work just fine in the day.
Sunlight avoiding garlic haters.
What?
Why don't you drink some holy water, asshole?
I have no problem. And also the Romanians, they all talk like Nosferatu.
Oh, that mustache?
Yeah. I don't have a problem.
Let me see your pussy.
Let me see it, please.
I want it.
Please.
Princess.
So bad. Yeah.
We watched the original Nosferatu.
Yeah.
Last night. No, not last night. Night before.
Max. Shrek.
Yep. The F.W.
F. Murnau.
Murnau, yeah. We
UFA
watched it.
Film Studios, 1928.
1923.
Oh, 23.
Yeah, I didn't know that Florence.
Never correct me.
I didn't know that Florence Stoker had such a burning, passionate hate for that movie. Like
Who?
Florence Stoker, Bram Stoker's widow. When the movie was finished and they had the premiere, they had a bunch of photographs from it in the news, and they were all dressed in like the old 1840s style, like a really fancy kind of premiere. And she saw that, and she thought that they were stealing from her estate, like wholesale, and they were spending all this money on fancy costumes. So she went on like a multi-year crusade against this movie, and eventually got a judgment where not only was she supposed to be paid like X amount of money for it, but she was supposed to get every copy of the movie so she could destroy it. So the reason that we still have Nosferatu is there were a few copies that made it to America illegally. Which is completely crazy. Although even crazier, the studio, when that judgment was rendered, declared bankruptcy so they didn't have to pay her.
UFA.
Yeah.
Right?
And she also, like, sort of a postscript to that story, There was someone who wanted to do a Dracula play, which she did give them the rights, and they just didn't pay her.
How Bram Stoker English is he?
Yeah, British.
British. Yeah, what's the story? What's the backstory of Dracula? Like, where does he come up with Dracula? Is it actually Romanian people? What is the...
That I don't know.
Yeah.
I've read Dracula.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
The pop-up book?
Baby's first Dracula.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, it was a tougher book for me to get through because that format is tough for me. Like,
you're more
into
sort of a Dr. Seuss sort of thing.
Yeah. But it was it was good enough that I soldiered through it and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, soldier through.
I love Dracula.
Right. Why'd you like Dracula?
It's a nice story about a man who wants to buy a house. It's an immigrant story.
It is an immigrant story.
Yeah.
Well, it's a love. It's what is it? The original story is more like you're on his side because she rejects him. Right,
well,
the girl.
I mean, like, the love part doesn't even really play into the original story all that much. Like, he kind of sees Mina as prey more than anything else. Like you're thinking of like the Coppola version of it with Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
Which like that the love subplot was, and the whole thing with him like losing his wife and Romania and cursing God and stabbing the cross, like that was all added for the movie too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like the book is more like Nosferatu is actually a lot closer
to the
book. Original, yeah, or like almost wholesale actually, except for the ending. Or
you don't mean the movie, the original movie.
Yeah, like the 1923 movie.
Right.
Like the Florence Stoker didn't not have a good case about that. They just basically took the story and changed some of the names.
Bitch.
Yeah. No. What a cunt. No,
Brian.
No, she was actually
Brian.
She was actually kind of wrong.
Jeez.
She was living destitute. Like when Bram Stoker died, she had nothing. So like I do feel some sympathy for this woman 100 years ago who was wronged once.
And you call her the C word.
Yeah, I was
on a family-friendly show. Why are you doing an edgy comedian?
I shouldn't have done it.
Why are you trying to be edgy?
I apologize.
You're always trying to be edgy.
Florence Stoker, please don't come back from the grave and...
Like a Dracula style.
Yeah, Dracula
Suck
style.
You. Sucking the blood.
Watched a lot of silent movies lately, actually. I watched that. We watched Hunchback of Notre Dame.
That's not... You can't just watch, Instagram reels of like maybe a baby dinosaur bouncing around
like that's
with on mute
with the sound down. I watched
that's not a silent movie.
I watched A Trip to the Moon.
Yeah, you can't watch 12 hours of Mario Kart
on mute in black and white
and call it. I've been watching silent movies.
So someone just inserts a title card. I have a red shell.
Yeah.
No, have you ever seen A Trip to the Moon?
Yes, I have. Yes, the bullet in the eye. The book.
It's wild. I didn't know that was a year before the Wright brothers like basically invented man-made flight.
Was it? No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, 1903.
Okay.
So it's wild to see the imagination of people who, like, flight was still kind of a dream to them in general, let alone going to the moon.
Yeah, it is kind of. The reaction of the Lumiere brothers, the story of the Lumiere brothers, of the audience in the theater, seeing that footage of the train coming into the. You must have heard the story where they all got
train
terrified.
Was actually coming at them.
But apparently that story is all apocryphal. They weren't actually that retarded. They're French, but not that.
Well,
French,
that's less
I
fun.
guess. Well, they weren't. They were certainly. I think the idea was that they were definitely scared or they were concerned, but no, they didn't think that an actual train was coming through the bed sheet that they were looking at. I think that was made up to make it sound cool. I mean, I don't know, but yeah. What other things have you been thinking about?
Well, I'm a lot about like silent movies. Weirdly enough, though, like I don't know why I've just been sort of in the.
Didn't you have a thing that you were telling me about in the car?
Oh yeah. Yeah, about
Such idiot. It's just you are such idiocy.
Did you happen to see the U.S. immigration video that they put out the other day?
No.
So
the U.S. immigration video. Immigrate to USA?
No. Very much the opposite. This is from the
Leave the USA.
The official White House account.
Yeah.
Put up a video of a man being in chains, being herded onto a plane to the hit song "Closing Time." It's the most insane thing I've ever.
That's not a real
seen.
thing. Really?
Yeah.
The Semisonic song?
Yeah, like literally like closing time, and like this guy's in chains and he's getting put on an airplane.
Jesus.
Like she was Carolyn Levitt. You know what Carolyn Levitt is, right? The press secretary for the
Yeah, the blonde lady.
Yeah, she was asked about by a reporter. They're like, basically, what the fuck?
Yeah, what is
and
this?
She goes, and her answer to this was, well, the United States is not afraid to put out clear messaging on our immigration policy. And like the song says, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Jesus. Okay. Wow. All right.
Like what's next? Are they going to be like bombing Iran to like the Buckcherry song "Crazy Bitch"?
Ow, you crazy bitch! Oh, I make it kindly.
Just like a school goes up, I'm fucking you all night.
It does appear to be.
That's the most unhinged thing I've ever fucking heard in my entire.
It appears to be a friendship with a person that you've this appears to be a relationship with a. We appear to be in a position where we have this friendship with a person who's extremely successful, really, really, really successful, right? And suddenly, you're like, despite all of this success, they are just holed up in their apartment, crazy, filled with anger and resentment and hatred.
Yeah.
And are now acting out. And
they're not letting anybody come in there.
You're not letting. They are just acting out. They're posting crazy things. And you're like, how do I actually speak to you? You're crazy. You're in a position of power and you're crazy.
Yeah.
How exactly does anyone talk to you at all ever?
I think
it's a completely impossible. It's an impossible situation. Like, how do you? What happens in that situation? Like, you're friends with a person. You're really good friends with a person.
Yeah.
They live really close to you.
Yeah, they're next door.
They're just right at your border.
Yeah, you can hear them through the walls.
And everything they say you can hear, and you are just a subject to whatever level amount of craziness they hurl at you. You are not in a position of. They are in a crazy. They are very successful. They're even good at what they do. They're very good.
Every once in a while, they knock on your door and yell, "Coming for you."
Yeah, they're coming for, and you're like, "Are you joking right now?" And then
like, you'll never know.
Yeah, and what do you do in this situation? How do you handle this situation?
You don't
personally.
Like,
do you just let them ride and let them?
You talk to other people is what you do.
Yeah, you talk to other people. You're like, can you believe this shit? You talk to France and
you
Australia.
You go across town and you take pictures with the guy that runs the fucking building on Queen Street and.
Yeah. It does seem like a very strange.
That's the thing that, like, out of all the and like I've been agitated about it for a while.
Yeah.
Like the 51st state stuff, like it shouldn't get to me, but it really does.
Why?
Like I don't know, just something about, like, you know, it's like if like I got up in your face and I'm like, I'm gonna fucking take you, like every fucking couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Like,
the first couple of times it's a joke and you're like, whatever. Sure, yeah.
But like then you start to think like, well, they're still saying it.
Nah, but I'm joking. Like, I'm doing a joke though. It's just like mean tweets. Is it like why are you mad about mean tweets?
Like that Tim Robinson sketch with the guy that's like he's like trying to eat his burger and he's like, I'm joking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
He eats the burger.
That's what it. Yeah. at what point you're like, well, I don't know whether this is a joke anymore.
It's not. I don't think it is.
Yeah.
I don't know how they plan on.
No, but he's not joking. No, he might not be joking.
I think
But everyone else is like, we don't really want this. I don't know whether Americans actually want it.
I think the only person that actually wants it is Carolyn Levitt, because she fucking, anytime I see videos of her talking about it, she cheerfully says, well, you know, the president thinks that Canada would be better as the 51st state.
Right.
Like, just lightly, like it's the greatest thing in the world. Like that whole thing with fucking, did you see, like, months and months ago, and that feels like 10 years, but, like, Jesse Waters was talking to, I think, Doug Ford, Jesse Waters from Fox News, going like, frankly, I think it's actually kind of insulting that you don't want to be us. Like, I am personally insulted.
What does he say? What did Doug Ford say?
Like, I don't remember. Like, I just remember Jesse Waters' fucking statement on the whole thing. Doug Ford's been pretty clear this entire time.
Why is it? Why don't you want to be them? Maybe I'll put the question to you. Imagine you're Doug Ford. Imagine Jesse Waters said that to you. He's like,
why I don't want to keep my own sovereignty?
No, why don't you want to be me? Like, so imagine this is say this is a friend, right? Say this is like a friend that you know.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like imagine the friend who's gone crazy, who's losing their mind over and over again, comes up to you and says, I'm successful. I'm in a better position than you. Why don't you want to be me?
So this
Brian,
guy,
why don't you want to be me, Brian?
This guy is coming up, and he's knocking on my door, and he goes, I'm gonna make your apartment another room in my house.
Yeah.
You can still live there, but it belongs to my house.
Yeah.
Why don't you want that?
Yeah, why don't you want to be a part of me? I'm successful. I've got everything. You can still have your washer, dryer. You can be with your girlfriend, but why don't you just want to be
do you trust
extension of me?
Do you trust that when it happens, we're still going to get to keep all of our own shit?
No, I'm thinking about, like,
Do you think that, like, if this
No, I'm asking you personally. Yeah. I'm telling you. So imagine.
Well, that's what I'm telling. How I feel about it.
Okay.
I don't believe them. I don't believe that I'll get.
So
to
tell
keep
it to
my
me.
washer,
You see.
dryer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're gonna come in here and you're gonna take all my shit, and I'm not gonna.
No. I promise it'll be fine.
I don't.
You'll fucking have your stuff. I'm telling you, you'll just have your stuff. Hey, it's just me, Brian.
That's a great Trump impression.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to lose my sovereignty.
What do you mean? What do you mean sovereignty? You're just in your apartment anyway, just playing video games. What the hell do you mean sovereignty?
Yeah,
you're just me anyway. We're just here. We're just in the same boat. You're here.
You're gonna come in here and tell me I can't play video games, that I have to do some other shit? Like, I don't trust that you're gonna let me live my life.
What do you mean? We've been friends this whole time. I never said nothing.
Well, you know what?
You're only here because of me.
Well, you know what now? You know what? I'm turning off your power. I'm going over and I'm flicking the light switch off.
I don't care. I got my own power.
I'll just make my own.
Yeah.
I'll make my own now.
The
automakers have 1 month to make factories.
It is I think what they're saying is, why don't you want to emulate? Like, they're successful. The idea is, we're so successful. Why don't you want to be? Why don't you want to emulate the kind of success that we have? To which, what would your answer be?
We're doing a fine job on our own with our own success.
Why don't you want to be more, though?
Well, not like that.
Right.
I still want to keep my own identity. Like, I know they say Canada doesn't have its own identity, but it does. We borrow a lot from the Americans, I guess.
Yeah.
Actually, it's kind of a good time to take stock on that.
What do you mean?
How much we have borrowed from the Americans? Like, for example, maybe this is a bad example, I don't know. But do you remember when the Comedy Network was new?
Sure.
And, like, we had, like, fucking the Tom Green Show, we had the Buzz, we had Kevin Spencer.
Yeah.
Like, just all stuff from here. And what's the Comedy Network now? Reruns of The Big Bang Theory for 12 hours a day.
Is that what it is? No, I haven't watched it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Well, the Comedy Central doesn't exist either.
Well, we never had our Comedy Central was the Comedy Network.
Yes, it was just comedy.
Yeah, now it's just CTV.
It's just
comedy.
the same thing.
Yeah, and well, actually, same thing for the CTV Sci-Fi or whatever it is. We used to have space. When I first got satellite, I would get up and like all hours of the night and like tape movies off of the space, like The Crow. I got up and I taped it and I'd pause out the commercials and stuff like that. You know, like just all kinds of like different things, and now it's just like 12 hours a day of The Big Bang Theory as well. Like that's what I feel like as an analogy, what us becoming the 51st state, which we wouldn't. We'd be a territory. We wouldn't be a state. We'd be Puerto Rico North. But it would just be like the 12 hours a day of The Big Bang Theory. If that makes any sense, that might just be random.
12 hours? No. Let's unpack this. You mean 12 hours a day? It's going to be 12 hours a day of Bang Theory metaphorically. Like your everyday life. It's just going to be tedium.
I don't mean they're going to come in and make us watch The Big Bang Theory for 12 hours.
Yeah.
It's some sort of sociological experiment.
Yeah. There's sort of a Clockwork Orange sort of situation.
Like Project Bazinga.
But there was a girl who was very impressed that you were wearing a Clockwork Orange sweatshirt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It's just a thing of
that sweatshirt does get a lot of compliments.
It's like a very odd. It's a very oddly specific film reference that maybe I don't. I think we are of the generation that saw specific interests in like niche films and small films and art films like that, to hold it to high regard in a way that it just isn't anymore. I don't think.
I think it's starting to come back around, actually. Like, someone pointed out on, like, a thing I was watching on the internet, but, like, the new Marvel movie that's coming out, the Thunderbolts or whatever, the way they're advertising it now, the way they have, what's-her-face from Midsummer, she's in it, but she's calling it a A24 indie film.
It is not.
She's that's
sight unseen. It is not.
No, I know it's
impossible
not.
that it isn't. Yeah.
Like it's a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
But like even the poster is done up in a way that it looks like it's trying to evoke that sort of indie feel. Like I think they're trying to sell.
Kubrick wasn't making indie films though. He's not.
No, I know. It's not.
He's a studio director.
They're trying to trick people because people are getting sick of those big tentpole movies.
Yeah.
So they're trying to trick people into thinking this big tentpole movie is some sort of small, like another Anora or something like that.
Interesting. All right. Well,
I think we're kind of coming back around to that era. Like, you remember in the 90s, like specifically late 90s, early 2000s?
Sure. My favorite era of like one of the best.
Yeah, that was when I got IFC.
Although the late 70s as well, the mid 70s, late 60s into the mid 70s, also a great period of film. But yeah, late 90s. Yeah, that independent filmmaking. I think Tarantino, Steven Soderbergh, the Coen Brothers.
Yeah, like
I
had
Sam Mendes,
IFC for the first time during that era, and like that opened my eyes to a lot of stuff.
I don't know. There's still some. There's a lot of that. I'd given up on watching Netflix, but that show Adolescence, that English show on adolescence on Netflix is amazing. It's that thing is, it's quite something. I've never, it's been a while since I've been quite so moved by a TV show.
Yeah, I want to watch it.
It's really brilliant.
I want to watch it when I can watch a good chunk of it in one sitting.
Well, each episode is a continuous.
Yeah.
Each episode is a so you can watch. Yeah, so you have to watch each hour. Like you can't. I mean, you can. I guess you can do whatever the fuck you want. You can turn it off or whatever.
It's just sort of better to watch an episode and then wait a day or something. Or.
I mean, you do whatever the fuck you want, Brian. But yeah, you don't.
Space it out. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I spaced it out because I just wanted to. There was no rule book. But it is fantastic. I've never seen a 1 hour continuous. just technically, just in terms of just that. Besides, the story is great, the way the story is told. But yeah, definitely check it out. It's awesome.
Yeah, I knew
Especially
it
if
was,
you got kids.
I knew it was something special when you like messaged me about, because you never do that. Like,
Yeah.
you. I'm usually the guy messaging. Like, have you seen this? Have you seen Thunderbolts?
Yeah.
The new A24.
Well, you gotta watch Adolescence because it's it's
yeah.
dad territory. But it's just even if that stuff doesn't interest you, the sheer power of the filmmaking, like you're watching them, just in terms of think about it. If you think about how they would have had to have done this,
Yeah.
to coordinate an entire build, like that whole thing in one for an hour, that camera going, everyone has to coordinate their acting. That, like, you and I were on a set.
Yeah.
Like, you remember what it was like.
Yeah, and that was dog shit.
It was so dog shit. And you had to just constantly just sit around and
do you know
the...
they spelled my name wrong in the fucking credits?
What did they say? Brianna Godsmack.
No, my last name was spelled completely wrong.
Gosdoe?
Oh, it's worse than that.
No, they did not.
I gotta pull out. Chris Hovey sent it to me. Here we go.
I can't see. What did they spell it as?
Brian Godseau.
What? Seau?
Brian Godseau.
Brian
Like
Godseau.
a French gay guy.
Yeah. Did a dyslexic person write the credits? Is it dyslexic that they mix the letters? I don't know. What's the other one?
I don't know what the fuck happened there.
Godseau?
Like Godseau.
Didn't they have a problem sending you the money because you had spelled it wrong?
Oh yeah, I didn't spell it wrong. They just couldn't read my fucking handwriting.
That's the problem.
Oh
That's
my
probably
God.
that's what happened.
Oh.
That's why. So it's on you, buddy. You had a whole
Like, it
rant
sounds like I
lined
should-
up.
Like, it sounds like I should be like smoking a cigarette, wearing a striped shirt with an ascot, going, "I love cock."
Yeah, but this is you. It's you. You're the problem. It's you.
Because of my fucking.
Because it doesn't make sense that Arif Hussain Nimachwala is spelled right, and they mess up God so horrible.
I just thought they hated me.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, because that's your default.
Like, somebody
everyone
took a look
hates
at that
you.
And they're like, "That's a name that exists."
Yeah, but no, but that's because of your handwriting, Brian.
Because I have the handwriting of a child.
Yes, they had the problem with your handwriting. I remember this.
Jeez, maybe I will. Maybe I will take a dive off that bridge.
Why? What do you mean dive off the bridge? I'm
This
just
is
saying
like
that they
being
couldn't read your
literally-
handwriting.
This is like being. This is like literary incontinence.
It's not incontinence. They just couldn't read your handwriting. That's why they got the spelling wrong. There's nothing else. What are you talking about? It's such insane behavior that you extrapolate. I should kill myself because
It's
they
a little harsh, maybe.
a little harsh, don't you? Don't you think a little bit harsh on yourself? You're extrapolating. I'm saying that you should kill yourself because they couldn't read your handwriting.
You're saying it. I'm saying that I'm thinking it.
Yes.
Which I'm not actually going to do, by the way.
Okay, I don't care.
This is a
do
funny
it. Fucking, I'll kill
edgelord-
you now.
Funny edgelord man bit.
Yeah. But yeah, you had it lined up that it was their fault that they couldn't,
Yeah.
that they spelled your name wrong. But they
and
spelled
th-
your
and
name
then you
wrong.
explained it to me, and I realized I am the idiot.
The call was coming from inside the house, you
Yeah.
see, as they would say.
And it was a call on a Garfield phone.
Yeah, it was like a carrot.
a hamburger phone.
It's a
I owned a hamburger phone at one point.
Of course you did.
I wanted.
Why wouldn't you own a
work
hamburger
Yankee swap.
phone? Huh?
I wanted to work Yankee swap.
How long into the 2000s did you own a hamburger? 2020.
2016. Oh no, right, because it was at Gord's when I was living with him. So right up until 2019, I had a hamburger phone. I gave it to somebody
Yeah.
because we didn't even technically have a landline. We had one because it was cheaper to have internet and cable.
Right.
But yeah, no, cheeseburger phone. Of course I did.
It's all right. It's all right. I probably have some sort of horrible. What did I have? I didn't have a phone for the longest time. A cell phone, rather.
Yeah, no, you were landline computer only until you went to New York with John.
Yeah, that was it.
And then you told me you were going to throw it in the river, and then you never did.
I never did. I should have.
It's got. Well, I mean, I'm starting to realize that thing is maybe like more of a nuisance a lot of the time. Actually, I've made a resolution today to not go into the bathroom with the phone anymore.
Good Lord, you went in the bathroom with the phone?
Yeah,
Right.
sometimes I go in the bathroom. I'm not the only person that does this.
Okay.
But I'm not going to do it anymore because I spend too much time in the bathroom.
How long were you spending in the bathroom?
Well, like 10 minutes sometimes.
Okay.
15 maybe.
So 20 minutes you were spending in the bathroom. Like a half hour, probably.
I mean, not since I was falling asleep randomly have I spent a half hour in the bathroom.
And this is regardless, like ones, twos, you're taking the phone in.
Yeah. Well, not for ones. Ones you're standing and you're pissing. What am I going to do? Like look at the phone and hold my cock? Like
Yes.
no.
Okay.
No, that's a two activity.
Okay, all right. I've seen people do that at the urinal at work. I used to see people do that.
That's crazy. Like why?
I don't know.
Like
Why I mean, why is what?
Like you're trying to piss on
the
yourself?
why is not going to, it's not going to give you an answer.
Like what hand do you use to hold up your shirt?
Hold up your what?
Hold up your shirt.
Well, they weren't holding up let's just say they didn't require the need. They didn't require holding the shirt holding.
You ever there's I can't remember what episode it's on, but like it's an episode of South Park where Butters goes up to the urinal, drops his pants all the way and holds his shirt right up.
Yeah. They used to have a problem in our urinal. You love this because they would have they used to have need to have pictures of how to use the stalls for after the company hired a whole bunch of new employees from let's just say a different country.
What country would that be?
Huh?
Which country?
The fact that you're smiling and looking at me, I think you've already answered the question in your own head.
Reminds
you
me
don't
of
need me
an
to
interaction that we had at I think it was the Arts Center.
Right.
Where you were completely blown away when you went into the bathroom and you found out that they had multiple toilets.
Well, that's not exactly the same as this situation. They didn't know how to use the toilet. In my situation, this was the art center that just had a small door, and I didn't realize that I thought it was just the one. It's just going to be the toilet, just the one toilet.
Yeah,
I didn't think that there was going to be multiple stalls.
Yeah, when you
through
explain
that
it like
one
that,
tiny door.
like it makes me seem like I'm the asshole.
Not the fact. I'm not saying you're the asshole, Brian.
No, I
don't
am.
do this. No,
This
you
is my
shouldn't
revelation.
do this. You shouldn't do this either. You're not the asshole. I'm just saying that I wasn't in the situation where I was walked in and completely baffled at the concept of a toilet in the arts center.
Yeah, no, you at least have that going for you.
That's right. At
Like,
indoor plumbing.
What were they?
That's another thing about pride of India. Like I think about India and just reams rows of people shitting on the railway tracks. I was like, what pride? Well, how am I supposed to have? Anyway.
I had no idea that there was like a section of India that had zero indoor plumbing. Like
Zero what? Yeah.
Like I thought maybe there would be places where it would be not like, like here,
Sure.
where it's clear cut or works well. But like I figured everyone had indoor plumbing now.
Man, it's like North Americans live in this sort of bizarre bubble where you have this bizarre, and it's not your fault. You're just unaware about the extent to which
We've essentially
you have no idea how the rest of the world lives, and you have no curiosity about it either.
I've got
it's
curiosity.
Not you, the culture.
Okay.
Not you specifically. I know you do, but the culture in general is like baffled at baffled in such a way about poverty and the rest of the world that the rest of the world is not like them
Oh yeah, well,
them at all.
I've definitely been guilty of that before because I remember being like shocked to find out that like Syria before it got bombed to shit was actually like quite nice and upscale.
Oh, you mean before Bashar al-Assad?
Yeah. Yeah, like I just assumed that it
I
always
guess
looked the same.
Right.
Which is, that's on me.
I mean,
But-
just go easy on yourself. But it's like a little kind of like it's a cultural amnesia. That's all
It's
that
like
is.
growing up rich compared to the rest of the world. You know what I mean? It's like Kim Kardashian, for example. I saw this on Facebook. Went to India for a wedding, which also like one of the richest people in the world. She went to the wedding. When she came back, she said, "I thought it was going to be like that movie Aladdin."
No, she did not.
She fucking did, dude.
Aladdin?
Yeah, she's like, I thought it was going to be like that town where the Aladdin stole the bread.
Amazing. Agrabah.
Which isn't even Indian.
No,
like,
it's not even
supposed
Indian.
to resemble Iraq.
Or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. In the Middle East. Persia. Aladdin is, I guess you could, it's part of the 1001 Arabian Nights, which is a Persian story. So it would be Iran, really, not Iraq. Although Mesopotamia and anyway, whatever.
I think the movie they used Iraq as a reference.
That's not what Iraq looks like either. Even during the 90s, it's not what Iraq looked like. I've been to Iraq.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying that they got it right.
Yeah. There
But,
wasn't a camp. Yeah, there wasn't
But like, it's definitely not India.
thieves in curvy sandals and hammer pants
like
jumping off a
monkeys
roof
like
and
guards with like fucking
it's-
feathers in their head.
yeah, no, this is not the. Yeah, the I don't know how about the authenticity of.
Well, it's not India.
Yeah,
Not even close. And like,
it's definitely not India for sure.
and this idiot comes back from
She's
Like
she has a law degree.
I mean, like she's
a
smart,
lawyer.
She's smart in other ways, but she's not.
She's
worldly.
past the bar. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean that's what I think you can be.
She married.
Have a certain
she
kind of
married a
intel.
black Nazi.
That's right. Schizophrenic, bad schizophrenic.
Yeah, who's like
Or
now
just a schizophrenic person.
She had to like apparently like Rachel was telling me this today. She had to cut a visit with North short because Andrew Tate was coming over. So she like went to the house and like got North out of there before the Tate brothers showed up.
What's North?
Their son or their daughter. I'm not sure if North's their son or their daughter.
Yeah.
But the child that one of the three children
That she had
shares
with him.
Kanye
Because Andrew Tate was coming to her house?
was coming to Kanye's house.
Of course he was.
Yeah.
The meeting of the minds.
That's a real summit of Mensa over there.
Yeah. Anyway, well, this is great. Brian, this has been great.
Yeah.
As always, I love you.
I love you too, buddy.
You don't have to say that.
What?
You don't mean it. I know you don't mean it when you say it.
What do you mean I don't mean it?
I know you don't mean it.
Well, I don't mean
You're
like
lying.
romantically. Like I'm not.
Why
gonna
not?
suck your dick.
Why not?
Because I'm just not attracted to you.
Why?
because
Why, Brian?
because
Say it.
because you have
Say it.
because your penis isn't big enough.
Oh. All right, you got any gigs coming up? What's going on?
On the one that I know about, April the 14th, I'm on the Bomb Show. I don't want to say exactly what I'm doing yet. I'm going to do some foolishness around that. It's WrestleMania themed. April 14th.
Oh,
What's that?
WrestleMania.
What's
Yeah,
that?
the song,
No,
WrestleMania song.
I think you made that up.
No, you don't. Look it up.
Oh. I know there's a song.
WrestleMania.
I know there's a song like from like the 90s where that they all had to sing together.
Look it up. Look it up, idiot.
and
I
they're
know
like,
more than
what
you.
you gonna do?
No, it's like Hulk Hogan's in there. Anyway. All right, thanks for listening, everybody. Good night.
Good night.